Alright guys, so here is the interior. Doesn't really look well maintained to me, but look at that headliner. Sheesh. I do like this driver's seat better than mine. Mine has a rip, this doesn't. So I think if I clean this up enough, you know, we can get a nice seat in here. This passenger seat here is pretty ripped up. Got a rip here, looks like black tar here. So this passenger seat's gone. Mine's in really good shape, so we're gonna put my passenger seat in here. Door panels, extremely dirty. Over here, extremely dirty. Seatbelt's dirty. By the way, seatbelt doesn't even work. So no seatbelt. So she's pretty beat, guys. A good amount of this interior is going to be getting swapped. As you can see, that looks like crap. Overall, she just doesn't look great in here. So we're going to take this off completely, remove this because it looks like crap, throw it out. So I think we might end up using this seat, guys. Doesn't look too bad, but we are going to swap that seat, so I'm not pressed on that one. But what's up, guys? Another day out here with the Range. So we're going to move on to the interior of the new Red Ranger. Everything out of the old Ranger is pretty much stripped. We're going to start migrating everything into this Ranger. So I got the door panels on yesterday, so we got some clean door panels now. They do need a wipe down, but just from being dirty and being in a dirty environment. But got the glove box on from the old one. But we're going to clean the lower dashboard here. We're going to replace this, replace the black trim with the new radio from the old one, replace the climate control. We're going to pull out the cluster because we got to get all the bulbs replaced, clean that up. We're going to replace the ashtray and this 12 volt right here. The shifter has been replaced with the old one, so we got the clean one here. So that's basically what we're shooting for today. We just want to get this cleaned up, and then from there, the only thing really left of the interior will be cleaning up the rear a little bit, putting the new carpet in, and replacing the passenger seat. So let's go ahead and start digging into this now, guys. All right, guys, so we got the cluster back in. All right, battery is connected. We swapped all the bulbs into the cluster, clean the cluster up, so that's all nice and clean. So let's just test this all before we start putting everything back together. So let's dig in as we want it to be, because the key is in the ignition. Turn this thing on. Gauges are all working correctly. And we're not gonna be able to tell with the lights if they're working right now, but they should be. So everything that was in here is from the old cluster, all brand new Sylvania Silver Star bulbs throughout the entire cluster. So looks like we're good, guys. Let's start putting this back together. All right, guys, so we got the dash almost assembled. New glove box, new lower panel. We cleaned this up, reused this. Cluster's been cleaned. A lot of things got done here. So what we're focusing on now is we're going to put the radio and the dash trim from the old truck into this one. Now in the old truck, this actually had a 12 volt here and here, where in this truck it only has it here. Now this harness is actually from the old truck. It went right here, and then it came and it plugged right up for this side. So what we're going to do is utilize this harness and we are actually going to run it into the radio harness to give it a ignition 12 volt and a ground, and that way we can still have our 12 volt on the side here. So we're gonna go ahead and wire this up into our radio harness, and we should be good, guys. So let's go ahead and get this done. All right, guys, so you can see, got it wired up. We got our auxiliary coming right out the side, so that's going to plug right into the radio here, and that has just enough slack, so it's going to plug right into the outlet right there. So we're good. We're just going to plug all this up, put the new dash trim in with the radio, and we're going to be good, guys. All right, so we're about to get this old nasty carpet out of here. We got a black carpet we're going to throw in. We're going to do some of these panels getting replaced. As you know, we did some of the dash swapping, did the door panels, got the seats right. So this is the passenger seat from the old range, but we're just going to finalize everything, get some of the new panels in here, replace the back seats, new carpet, and we should be able to get this whole interior cleaned up pretty well today, guys. So let's get into it now. Guys, you can see we got our interior out, got all our back seat bolts out, seat bolts, everything's good, pretty much stripped. We could pull this carpet out now. We'll go ahead and start getting this out, and then from there we'll vacuum and then put the new carpet in. So let's get this thing out, guys. She's coming, guys. Actually, you know what? These bushings, need them, add them to the collection. Carpet is out. Not looking too shabby. Although, other than some of our dirt and crud and everything else, but we're gonna get a vacuum in here, guys, start cleaning some of this up, get that nice souvenir over there out, and we'll start putting the new carpet in. Alright, guys, whole interior is about ready for the new carpet here, so got it all vacuumed and cleaned pretty reasonably. Now here is the new carpet versus the old one. Obviously we got some cuts and holes to make, all the holes for all the seat bolts. This is a stick, so we're going to have to cut the manual shifter, of course, in the center here. So I'm going to start taking some measurements and getting this thing cut up. Alright, guys, we're making progress here. Definitely got some more cuts to make. It's getting pretty good around the shifter. It's starting to take form to the tranny barrel right here, so not too bad. Definitely got a lot of slack on these edges. I'm gonna have to get that off. Even on the back here, it's definitely gonna have some play room, some extra. So I've been taking this in and out, cutting it, putting it back. I think I'm gonna pull it out one more time, get this front cut down a little bit more, and then I'll start working on these sides, and we should be able to get this in here molded pretty good. So right, guys, we got this pretty much cut to shape here. Not too shabby. Took a lot of work to get this thing to fit, not gonna lie. I'll show you all the cuts that we got. I mean, this is all stuff that had to be cut off, guys. So a lot of adjustments to get it to look like this, and pretty good around the shifter. Not too bad. The only thing we're gonna focus now on is getting the holes cut. So I think I'm gonna start dropping the rear seats and get them all done, and then we'll prioritize the front seats, get them in, and then we'll start cutting holes out for the bolts, and we should be good, guys. So let's keep going and we'll wrap this up. All right, guys, so we got the back seats in, so fully installed here. So gotta say, I'm really happy with my cuts here, if I say so myself. Came out pretty good. Got everything perfectly around here. Pull the carpet back just like stock to get your bolts there. So overall, man, she looks pretty good. Took quite a bit of effort to get it to this point, but not too shabby. Now we're gonna have some fun. See if we can find the holes wherever these front seat holes are. So that's gonna be a project, but we got our bolts here. Picked the best bolts I had out of both trucks, so kind of helped there, but hopefully we can find some of these holes, guys. We're gonna go ahead and try to get the seat in and start finding them. All right, guys, finally ready to get our seats in here. Got the rear all done up, got our plastic moldings back in. As you can see, back line looks good. We got all our holes cut for our bolts, so I hope I could find those as easy as I did with the seat in, because they're not really that wide compared to the actual stock ones. We got our star bolts for the seat belts. So overall, I mean, she's pretty good. We got the seat belt harness right here, got that cut through as well. So I think we're gonna go ahead and try to put a seat in here and see where we're at. All right, so here we have it. Carpet is officially in, guys. Doesn't look too bad. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Looks pretty good. The interior definitely needs a good wipe down, but overall, guys, this interior came a long way. Looking really good. And I do have some Ranger floor mats we're going to throw in here, so I'm gonna go grab them, throw those in, and then we'll take a look at the final product here. All right, guys, there's our mats. Now these are technically supposed to be for 05 to 2011. That's what they're listed as. They'll tell you they won't fit in other Rangers, and they're not perfectly cut, but you know, they're pretty good. They fit just fine. I mean, maybe the hole is an issue, but we got the front and rears. This is a 96. I mean, they fit just fine, really. I mean, if you get some aftermarket rubber mats, they're not going to fit ideally either. They're just going to need to be cut and be a weird fitment as ones I had in here before. So might as well get some that got cool logos on them, you know what I mean? So not too bad though, guys. Pretty happy with how this came out. Looking pretty good. And we're just going to finish up cleaning up a little bit of this interior, and this should be all good. All right, so the interior is pretty much finished for right now. It's all wiped down. It's pretty clean in here. Hopefully you would agree. New carpet. The only thing we do have to do is that headliner, as I mentioned before, but overall she's looking really good. I think nice and wiped down, so it's come a long way, guys. All right, guys, interior, as we know, is pretty much done. And I was getting OCD and trying to be extra, and I ordered a new one of these, even though this is not in bad condition really at all. It's pretty clean, but just because I'm crazy, I decided to order another one. But of course, they sent me the wrong one. Obviously, this doesn't have power mirror like that one, so called, and of course the one with power mirror is discontinued. They had this part number labeled wrong, as if it was supposed to be with power mirror. So guess we aren't getting a new door handle here, guys. You know, nothing crazy. I'm not overly upset because this is pretty clean. Like I said, I was just being extra, but looks like really all we have left
is the headliner, and probably in the final installment we'll have that done and we'll go over the interior one more time. But as for now, guys, we're pretty darn close.